Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Steve. I sell on eBay full time. I used to do this as a hobby, but been doing it full time since I lost my tech job early in the year. I want to go over something a little different with you guys today. So I've been showing thrift hauls and that sort of thing. But I went through some of my old inventory and I wanted to show you guys some items that I do not pick up anymore, or for the most part I don't pick up. Some stuff I may have sold a few, or looked it up previously and they were good. When you sort of go through your store after a while, you find out, hey, I have a bunch of these things and now they haven't sold in a while. So I just wanted to walk through some of those brands with you guys. That doesn't mean necessarily the whole brand is bad. In any brand there's stuff that stands out that's worth selling. But I just want to give you guys some examples of stuff that I wouldn't pick up anymore, and sort of the reason why, and that may help you guys either look through your own stores or just know to sort of avoid this pitfall. So let's get started. All right, so the first brand is Peter Marar, which Peter Marar you may have seen in some of the haul videos. It's something I do pick up, but this is not a summer comfort, and also just cotton. So this variation of Peter Marar I would not pick up anymore. I stay away from just the cottons and just the standard Peter Marar shirts. If it's summer comfort, if it's the nylon or spandex blend, even that, some with better patterns, so I'll pick up. I won't necessarily pick up every one I see. So I'm a little pickier in Peter Marar. Next up, Vineyard Vines. That's another one that, early on in my career was more of a automatic pickup. This is cotton. Again, I sort of stay away from these. They're not commanding the price that they used to, and selling slower. I will pick up their performance line. So that's their, I forget if they're polyester, but they're usually like striped polyester. Those sell quicker and still for, what works for my metrics. And I should caveat that too. I mean, any of these, may work for your store. Maybe you're going to the bins and getting them for $1, and you can sell them for 10, and you're selling them below market, and it works out fine. I don't source that way. I stick to usually the thrifts versus, going to the bins. So, I'm paying a little bit of higher price to acquire these items. So I'm looking to sell more, $25, that sort of thing. But again, any of these could work with your business model. I'm just showing you what doesn't work with mine. Next up, Untuck It. So again, this is a brand I love to pick up in linen or any fabric like that, silk. But just the typical cotton, nylon. The cotton ones though are just do not sell well for me. So any cotton Untuck It now I skip, and I'll only pick up the other material types. This is another one that I went a little gung-ho with and then slowed down. This is Johnny O. This one might be kind of worn off. I can show you the logo here on the side. You have to be careful with these. You really want to try to look up the style. Try to match it up. In general, they have a decent sell-through, but I seem to be getting less for these than I used to. So I may still pick them up here and there, but it's not like an automatic anymore. I'll sort of try to look up each variation that I find. Because some are just not getting the price anymore. Next up, this is another one. Five Brothers. It's a flannel brand. Actually, pretty old brand. Used to sell these for quite a bit, maybe $40-50. These slowed down quite a bit as well, where they just don't sell as fast, and I find them in my markdown sales more and more because they're just sticking around and not selling. So it's rare that I'll pick up one of these anymore, unless maybe it's like a shacket, like the heavier kind of shirt jacket, or or something special, but you know, the normal ones I'll skip. Lucky brand. It's another one that for the most part I skip now. You know, I used to do well with the jeans and kind of went gung-ho on a lot of the shirts, and they're just not that good of a seller for me, so I pretty much skip them altogether at this point. Again, there may be some variations that are good, but I haven't really picked this up in a while. This next one here is a golf brand, Dunning Golf. So I mentioned on some of my videos that there's so many new golf brands, and you know, a lot of times if it's sort of a nice feel of a shirt, it's worth just, you know, picking up. And this one in particular, I think I picked one up and I sold it pretty quickly and for a decent amount of money. So then the next few times I went to the store, I grabbed more, and in reality, it didn't have a great sell-through. I think I got lucky, you know, to sell one, and did sort of do all my due diligence on it. So I ended up, you know, kind of getting stuck with a couple of them. But this is one I, you know, wouldn't really pick up anymore. This next one, again, I had a bunch of these. This is another golf brand, FootJoy. These seem to get really saturated really fast. I will pick up FootJoy. I get the jackets, like pullovers, lightweight jackets, that sort of thing, and those I still do well with. But unless there's like a really crazy print or something, I stay away from the FootJoys. Now, if you do find them where there's a logo on the collar, that's more like the style the pros wear, that definitely pick up. I haven't ever found one of those, but any of these sort of standard issue ones, they'll sell eventually, but it's saturated. It's going to take a while, and you know, the price is getting driven down on them. One more golf brand, Link Soul. I think this is a similar situation where I, you know, may have sort of lucked out and grabbed a couple of these, and then later on when I looked, you know, sort of thinking this was a good brand, and you know, in my Rolodex, you know, it turned out to have a slow sell through, and sort of didn't know why I was picking it up. So don't really pick that up anymore. And then the last one, this is Pendleton. Pendleton's a great wool brand. They make a lot of like version wool shirts and blazers, and you know, anything wool usually does well. Some of it sells a little slower, but it does get a good price, good like quality product. But I picked up some Pendleton that wasn't wool, just, you know, thinking like, oh, everything Pendleton is great. And the cotton stuff, same thing. It's just slow seller, doesn't have the demand. So, you know, definitely some of this stuff you got to be careful when, you know, you have one variation that's really good. You can't just assume the whole brand is that way, right? You need to do the research, make sure you add, you know, the right keywords, like what the material is, or, you know, is it long sleeve? Is it, you know, does it have some pattern versus being solid? Whatever the case may be, to narrow in on the sell-through and the sales price to figure out if it makes sense. So that was it. I just wanted to come on quick and show you guys just some of this stuff. I mean, really, the brands probably don't matter as much as just the fact that it makes sense to, you know, go through your store, look at some of your older stuff, make sure that things you've been picking up, you know, you don't find a bunch older ones that haven't sold. You know, you end up with 10 of the same shirt that, hey, why am I sitting on all these? You know, I shouldn't be picking it up anymore. So definitely it's worth taking the time to go through your store and, you know, do some of that research to save yourself when you're out in the thrift, and you know, make sure you're picking up the right stuff. So if this was helpful, it'd be great if you guys could give it a like or subscribe, or leave some comments below. I definitely enjoy going through those and interacting with you guys. So more of that, the better. So until next time, see you guys.